Sammy, we're not going anywhere. Daddy just opened the door to his car to get in and check the camera. Sammy, come on, get out of the car. Hey, get out of the car. Come on. All right, you can stay in there, Daddy. Be right back. Still in the car. Oh, I missed that dog. Hello, everybody. Started the show about a minute late. Still waiting for Noreen to come downstairs. I did bring the bread, and it's down here, so we're going to be talking about the only channel where we talk about a loaf of bread halfway through the live. So I don't know. You guys are here too, so don't blame me. Like I said, Noreen's still upstairs getting ready. Eddie's upstairs, following her around like a puppy, which he basically is. And Roxy's still up there. So 40 people here already. Wow. I got to see some of our friends yesterday, and so we're going to be talking about that. I tried to buy Noreen a car, and that turned out to be a frustrating experience. And just everything else that happened this week. I don't know what she's doing up there. And I know you guys can't see this, but I cleaned up my area in front of me. I've got I don't know, one of those tables that you'd set up at it's like a folding table, I guess. I don't know. And it had so much stuff on it, I almost couldn't see the table anymore. So I took a few minutes today and cleaned it up. So we'll get, I can't wait to see Noreen's reaction when she sees that. I don't know whether she's going to say anything or not, but she'll actually be able to sit down and have space in front of her. I even have my own cell phone holder down here. And I don't know how good a job it's going to do at holding the cell phone, but I'll be doing good if it doesn't drop it. See, I put my cell phone on there. It's a Ertl John Deere skid steer. So I got to do something with these toys I buy. Can't just look at them. They got to be functional in order for me to buy them. If I can't use them for something, I don't have an excuse to spend money on them. So I do stupid crap like that. Yes, I did get my haircut yesterday. For those of you who saw me on Jeremy's members only live, I hadn't had my haircut yet. So we went from there to straight over, and Noreen dropped me off to get my haircut, and almost forgot to come back and get me, but that's another story. Carrie, I like the general Lee behind me too. There's kind of a story behind that. Oh, here comes Eddie. Hello, Edward. Come here. Will you jump up so people can see on the camera? No? I can't get him to come up. He doesn't like when I pick him up. He doesn't like when I grab his paws to hold him up. So if he doesn't jump up to see everybody, he's just we're just gonna miss it.
Oh my God, you did clean up down here.
See, I told you.
Oh.
Yes, I cleaned up down here.
Oh, good evening, everybody. Sorry I'm a little late.
Yeah, well, I started the show a minute or two later.
You started without me.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know.
You knew it was going to be at 8 o'clock all day. I don't know why you waited. So, how do you like my clean? They say a clean desk is a sign of a sick mind, and I just couldn't take the clutter anymore.
Yeah. I'm actually a little stunned.
Stunned? Is that the word for it?
I haven't seen this.
It almost looks organized, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh.
You know where? See, this is right here.
Oh, look, guys.
Yeah, see, that's what we hold up when somebody sends a super chat, and she couldn't find it for the longest time. So.
Oh my God. Yeah, I sort of. I don't know about this afternoon. I don't know. I hope I'm not getting a relapse.
Or what? Cold?
Oh my God.
Who knows? So I was telling them we got to see our friends yesterday. We had lunch with.
Yes, we did. That was the highlight of this week.
Oh, see, Mary Dale sent a super sticker.
Look, Mary. Just
thank you, Mary.
You.
Yep.
He cleaned out this top of his desk.
Just so that we can.
Thank you.
So we got to see Jeremy and George.
We got to see Jeremy and George.
Roy and Lisa.
And
Rob.
Rob.
Yep.
Auctioneer extraordinaire. Yep. So.
Had a nice big lunch.
We had a nice big lunch. I made 2 meals out of it.
I just made the one meal and ate it all right there. I was hungry.
So it was a good time had by all. It was good to see them. I think they should be back at the schoolhouse down there today. I think they were flying.
I don't know when they were going back. I didn't know exactly when they were coming up. All I knew was one minute he was down there and the next minute he was up here and said, "Hey, when we go to Mike's place?"
Go.
You tell me. I'm there already.
I'm there already.
I was driving by when you said when we go on. I just pulled in figuring you were there. What, where the hell are you? That's basically how that goes.
Yeah, so it was a very nice lunch, a lot of exchanging of ideas, and of course, one idea.
Not just Jeff. No, just Jeff was here. He wasn't there.
No, Jeff. I think he stayed. I think he was done for the day.
We threatened to make him buy lunch, so he stayed away.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
So up here, I don't know. In our area, we have this one discount store called Mark's. Some of you might be familiar or not. But Jeremy and George are telling us how the ones near where the headquarters is had these huge. I should have brought one down. Well, they're down. There's one down here. Yeah.
No.
Huge. We're talking about
there's 2 upstairs.
Huge.
Big roll of bubble wrap. I don't know. Did I take it?
I forgot. Huge, guys. Huge. For $9.99. So he went and he had his hair cut yesterday. I'm sure some of you guys are.
Yes,
it's short. You can see his handsome face again.
Yeah.
There's one near there. So I thought, well, stop. Sure enough, there was 4 of these huge. Yeah.
Well,
they're like maybe 18 inches wide, but really
big
huge,
roll. I mean, it stands
huge,
not that you know.
Huge. Perfect for what we need with what our whatnot stuff.
Oh yes, it's okay, Noreen. Jeremy showed us they are huge. All right,
they are huge. Okay, so you've seen this. Okay, so I grabbed 2. And barely got in the back of my
because
car.
We had boxes back there, and Roy had just given me a shop vac.
So I got 2 shoved in there. I went home, dropped them off, and went back to get him from the hair salon or whatever.
Yeah, I was waiting. I thought she was just going to drop me off, run up to the Aldi's, and then come back. Because then she'd have been back by the time I was done. But no.
So I texted her and said, I'm going to run up to Mark's real quick near us. So I got the 2, went home, unloaded the car, got all the boxes out of there. And the reason why I had all these boxes is I went and finally got a chance to visit my stepmom for Christmas.
Yeah, so I can show you.
There we go.
Here we go. I'll show you guys the.
I did send you this pic.
Yeah, you did. Share screen. Window. All right, as if it wasn't bad. We just want to show you how big they are. That's how big the rolls were. Okay.
So Wednesday, I finally got a chance to visit my stepmom for Christmas. Almost a month late. Okay, I finally made it. And she saves all her Amazon, all her boxes. Her and her caretaker save all their boxes for me. So, there's a lot of boxes in the back of my car. We took out enough for me to pick up stuff from the Aldi's. But I managed to get 2 of these rolls shoved in there. Went home, dropped them off, I had the whole area cleared off. Went and picked them up, and I said, well, I got 2 of those rolls you saw in the picture. I said,
Good.
I lost my thought, guys. Welcome to
she got 2 of the.
So I said, okay, look, I didn't get a chance to go to Aldi. When I stopped at Aldi, and I said, oh, by the way, I got 2 of those 4 rolls. Do you want to go back and get those rest of those 2 rolls? I mean, because it's all right in the same area. He's like, for $9.99 a roll, let's go get the other 2 rolls. And then on the way, we'll stop at Aldi's and you can get the rest of what we wanted to get through. for groceries to get us through until I get 5 minutes again to go get groceries. So that's what we did. We were worn out by the time we got home.
And we were still carrying your food around in the car, and
I know. And
I had my
leftovers from Mike's place. But yeah, it was funny because he's like, so we walk into the Marks and he goes, "You want to should we just get a cart?" I said, "Well, we might just want to pick one up each." And then he goes and he sees, oh yeah. I mean, I looked like a big bass drum player in a marching band. I'm walking.
I just had my hand through one, just holding it open.
Oh yeah, I felt like I started doing the cadence we did in high school. I didn't play the bass drum in high school, but the cadence that we had when I was in high school started going through my head, and I'm pretending I'm a bass drum player. That's how big it looked.
So, the joke was, because Jeremy said that they had to leave one. He broke the cover on his truck, stuffing all the rolls that he bought, and there was one left behind. And the joke was no bubble wrap left behind. Like no soldier left behind. But so we didn't leave any behind. There were 4 rolls there. We bought them all.
And I know Lisa and Roy, they stopped up at one near them, and they got 3 of those huge rolls. So thanks to George, everybody is got a lot of packing wrap,
a lot of bubble wrap,
for the moment. I think ours will probably last a while, but it was the perfect size width-wise because I could just roll it and cut it and wrap up whatever and ship it.
Because when the Kmart by us went out of business, I got 2 huge rolls, and there's still a half of one roll over there.
But that's it's about 24 inches wide. That I'm saving for when I really need the bigger stuff. But to pack up, the glass stuff, the die cast stuff.
Let's use it.
It, dude. I guess. Thanks everybody. If you joined in the show last night, I will be busy tomorrow and Monday getting all the stuff that's packed up and out of here. So bubble wrap's kind of, because you guys know, if you guys ever, I mean, to get a huge roll like that. So, I spent $40 some on pure huge roll. That should last me for the year, hopefully.
I hope so.
I
got to take most of it up and put it in the garage.
I mean, if we had to go out and buy something like that, let's say
you couldn't ship it for
no
what we paid for all 4 rolls. I mean,
no,
because it's all oversized.
I know.
I remember buying like big bags of peanuts, and I think a couple times I had them shipped in and paid the shipping. Then I discovered there was a place up in Twinsburg where I could just go pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going up there for a while and getting them, and I haven't bought any for a long time because we don't have room for big bags of peanuts. We're doing good to be able to store the bubble wrap.
No, the bubble wrap, yeah. So you couldn't pass that up. You could not pass that up. Because bubble wrap, yeah, packing supplies. I mean, they're kind of some like bubble wrap for sure is not cheap. The peanuts are not cheap. Other stuff's kind of reasonable, but that stuff, no, not so.
Yeah. Is there anything positive? Only lasts till July, so due to so many sales. Well, we hope so.
Yeah, we hope so. But it is just me, and I tell Conky to do what we have to do to meet the goal line of whatnot. And don't, I still got eBay stuff I'm selling as well. There's time limits. You got to get the stuff out. There's only so much I can do.
Well, for eBay, we leave ourselves 3 days,
and
whatnot wants 2 days. So
yeah,
that's why we do it on Friday, because it actually technically gives us 4. But
right, and you it's all about customer service. So that's I want to make sure I'm meeting those goals. But yeah, I found that 60 lots is right about the good spot where I need to be able to tackle everything. Because literally no sooner than I'm done getting all the shipments out Tuesday, I got to start getting ready for the next show, getting items pulled. And I mean, it's a full-time job, guys, doing just whatnot alone. It's a full-time job. And that's fine. I do not mind doing it. I love doing it. I mean, it's a good Monday. I'm down here packing. I'm a happy camper. Yep. So I love it. But I do know there's only so much I can do as one person doing everything, and taking care of the toddlers and taking care of the house, taking care of the business.
Toddlers meaning the dogs.
The dogs, because they're like toddlers.
Yeah.
So thank you, George. I don't know if she's watching or not, but thank you, George, for that tip. That $45 for all that bubble wrap, by the time you pay taxes and everything. I mean, couldn't beat it. Couldn't beat it. It's almost I have to behave myself because I know there's another Marks around here.
Yeah,
there's no room. There's no room. There's no room.
Maybe when we get through this bubble wrap, we'll find another deal somewhere.
I mean, when you get to school, when you get that building and stuff up, we got a little more room.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that was fun yesterday.
And other than that, it was a very good lunch.
Very good lunch.
We were there for from 1 o'clock till like 3:30, 3:45. Yeah. Because I had to go get my haircut at 4
o'clock.
So we all kind of had to get up, and otherwise we'd have probably just sat there until somebody's show had to start.
We all had whatnot.
Yeah, Roy and Lisa had a show at 6. Jeremy's and George's started at 7 and lasted till a little after 9. Or started at 9.
Right, and then of course, as we all know, Rob, he has his high bids on Saturdays, so he had
Yeah, and he had to get home too.
And he probably had the farthest. Well, maybe I don't know. Lisa had it, or I don't know.
Between Roy and Lisa and Rob had the farthest.
I mean, it was nice. This was all kind of in our area, so that was really nice. So we, that's what we got done.
So I forget where the comment is. Somebody made a comment about the General Lee back there.
Oh,
I was going to tell the story about that. General Lee was at a game place where we all went over a year ago to play video games.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to buy it then. I was talked out of it because I was assured that one could be found cheaper, and one was not found cheaper. So the next time we went to the game place to play a video game, well, it was like pinball machines.
The store had kind of remodeled itself.
Yeah, so they had actually moved the games out.
The building was not. They kind of bought the unit, the storefront next door. They turned that strictly into a
arcade. It was an arcade.
Pinball room.
Yeah.
And they had all the collectible stuff next door, and it was more of into the card realm, gaming realm, more of the superhero stuff. Yeah,
so the General leaves a little out of place there.
Out of place.
And there was nobody else was going to go in there and be a General Lee fan. They were all
looking for their
Dungeons and Dragons and
Magic
and all
the
this
Gathering,
other stuff.
their superhero figures, their
So,
pop coat, those
I forget
pops and all
what
that.
they were asking for, but I got to take a little bit off, and I actually opened the box up and kind of half pulled it out. I don't think it's ever been out of the box. The paperwork's all in there.
The top layer of the box is covered
with
dust.
It's just dusty.
It had sat there for years. So it was at a point, the clerk there, he called the owner, and the owner said, yeah, go ahead to something or whatever it was.
Yeah, I think they were asking $300 now from $275 or something.
Yeah, because
I wound up getting it for just a little less than what they sell for on eBay, and didn't have to pay shipping, I guess, or whatever.
It was a birthday present from you to you.
Yeah,
we got that around the end of March. Yeah, it was a birthday present to yourself.
Lenny says, "You jerk! I still want it." No, it's not going anywhere. Now I am going to. We discussed at lunch. We discussed the toy show in March, and there's a toy show in March that I'm going to be going to. I hope, and if I find another one down there, like a loose one or something like that, I'll probably buy it and bring it home. But the price has got to be right. I think it was after I bought that, we were at a toy show, and there was one that it didn't have the remote. It was just the car. It was missing a chunk off the front of it.
I think I did.
And they were asking what I paid for that thing. Like, where do you? I don't know.
Well, that's because it's a show.
Yeah, I don't know.
Show, it's a show.
You've got to really work hard to find deals at a show. I mean, you got to find the needle in the haystack.
The show is about feeding, about catering to the collector.
Yeah.
At that
so
point,
I probably could have taken that to the show and doubled my money.
By the time you got that, the whole culture of that whole store, was basically gearing towards something else. This was tucked in back up at the top.
Yeah, because I think hadn't they moved it? It wasn't in the same place, was it? Or was
it? I don't remember if it was or not. It was just maybe it was still kind of in the same area.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, we didn't have any trouble finding it.
But then again, like I said, it was covered in the top was covered in dust.
And it was like up on a shelf, so I had to get somebody to get on a. They had to roll those steps out and had to get up there and get it for me, and it was.
So the store owner knew that this was his chance to really sell it because it was just going to keep sitting there but their store was catering.
There's money right here, right now, waiting to take this off their hands.
Right. So, but toy store, any of those kind of shows, as nice as they are, they're fantastic, but they are geared towards the collector. And you know, they got, vendors have got to, put their expenses in. They got to rent out the space for the time they're there. They got to drive. Somebody have to drive 2, 3, 4 hours to bring all that stuff.
Well, we're going to wind up driving several hours to get there.
Right.
I'm going to see if Rob wants to go down with me.
Yeah. So that's at the end of March. That's in a couple months.
Plus, I actually have that came out when the show was still out. I have the original. There was a General Lee. I'm trying to think where it is. It's in one of my bins over there. And it's it wasn't really. It was a remote control car, but it was one of those deals where the remote control had one button on it, and it would go forward until you press the button, and it would back up and like turn left. And then when you let go of the button, it would go straight from wherever it was. And I still have mine from when I was a kid. And then Rob bought the train unit in Parma, and Rob and Jeremy wound up splitting it. And it was such, oh man, it was they paid good money for it, but it was a really nice unit. And I don't know if you guys remember this in Rob's video, but they opened up it was full of totes too. They opened up a tote, and they had that same General Lee still in the box sitting there. And I grabbed it and left. I said one word, mine, and just walked off.
I think it's in one of the videos or something.
I know. I think I might have found a way to get that clip into one of my videos. But it was I wasn't filming on my phone. It was either Rob or Jeremy that was filming.
Yeah.
No, it was Georgia who was filming. She caught me walking my car. You'll have to go back. I'll see if I can find that clip, and maybe I'll add it to here and see if I can do it for next time. But
so we'll see where things are at the end of March. I might go, I might not. It just depends upon certain things lining up. Yeah. Yeah, because
it was a public storage in Parma where that was.
Yeah, Parma
and wrap. So we lost a legend.
Cleveland Legends. Week. I mean, yeah.
Does anybody know? It used to be Big Chuck and Houlihan on Friday nights after the news, and then Houlihan retired, and it became Big Chuck and Little John.
Well, how it all started.
And this is in the 70s, okay?
This started back in the early 60s. One of the local channels here, Channel 8 in Cleveland. Back in the day when local television actually did more than just they had their own little shows and stuff. This is all before cable.
It was before cable and everything, yeah.
There was Channel 8 had I forget. Had Big Chuck Shadowski, and I can't think of his name.
Before Houlihan?
Yeah,
there was some
Goulardi,
the
guy from Cleveland who played Goulardi. I cannot think of his name right now. It escapes me.
Oh, that's all right.
They started the show. And then a few years later, Goulardi moved out to LA, actually got to work for ABC, and you would hear his voiceovers on the advertisements for the shows and stuff, back in the 70s. So they had to bring somebody. This is the beauty of local television. So they brought the weather guy in to help Big Chuck, who started out there at Channel 8 as a camera guy, and then it became Big Chuck and Houlihan. And then Houlihan, like 10, 15 years later, he moved, I think maybe to Florida.
Yeah,
and then they brought in another guy. His name was Little John Rinaldi, and he was a small person. And they were on from like 78 through 2007. And he had to have been grown in this area. I mean, it was just local television at its best. They did a lot of skits, a lot of gags between a stumps
that they would never get away with today.
No,
never.
So Yeah, it was sad to hear he passed. He lived to be 90, Big Chuck Shagowski. But yeah, it's like
he brought a lot of smiles to a lot of people.
Right. I mean, he was Mr. Cleveland, for the longest time. I mean, but yeah, he will be missed. I mean, you guys know what we're talking about. That was when television was at its best.
And then after the Big Chuck and Hula Challenge, what they did was they play like an old B movie.
An old B movie.
And they would get in the middle of it with they wouldn't necessarily interrupt the movie like what's the name of that one? Mystery Science Theater 3000. But they would stop the movie, and then they'd play like a commercial, and then they'd have like skits and stuff. And by the time you got back to the movie, you forgot what you were watching.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie was just an excuse to make their show last 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Right. And they, and I think Big Chuck actually got a media award for one skit. They said that took about 2 years to do. It was stop motion. They would shoot a scene, move it, shoot a scene.
Oh yeah, well they'd be sitting on the ground acting like they were driving, right? And they did this whole stop motion thing of them going around Cleveland. Oh, it was amazing. Right. I wonder if there's got to be like a DVD or something you could buy with her.
I'm sure if you went on to YouTube, you'd find.
I bet you.
Yeah, he did get a media award for that one because it took years to do. I mean, you would probably do one moment probably took about 700 or different, because it was stop motion. But yeah, it was great. But yeah, Elvira, that Goulart was like an Elvira, and he had his little sayings too. More the baby boomers would know more him, but us Gen Xers, it was Big Chuck and Little John.
Yeah.
And that's when TV
first of all,
at its greatest.
For somebody my age, remember Big Chuck and Houlihan? I mean, bedtime for people my age when Big Chuck and Houlihan were on was like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or 10 o'clock.
It was Friday.
But it was Friday night, so every once in a while.
The next day. That's how you.
Yeah, but you had to get up and watch cartoons.
That's what you did. I mean, look. Everybody in this chat knows kids today do not have the TV fun that we had as kids in the 60s and the 70s.
Yeah, even though there's like 1,000 more channels.
1,000 more channels, just 1,000.
It's just
more.
Diluted now. It's
diluted.
Crap compared to what we had.
Right. But yeah, it's just, you sit there and you realize, wow, that was what we grew up with. And
they would never make Blazing Saddles today.
Blazing Saddles. I think my dad laughed at that movie so hard. I think there was only a couple movies I remember that we actually went to the drive-in 2 or 3 times to see. That was one of them, and the other one was Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
70s classics you can't do today. Because there was a time we could all laugh at ourselves.
Well, maybe we might get back to being able to laugh at ourselves now.
I know.
I think the woke culture and the DEI and all that bullshit is finally on its way out. But
right, we don't get political.
I'm not getting political. I'm just saying that companies like is it Bud Light and Jaguar and all that? They're learning that you want to go that way.
I mean,
people don't buy their stuff.
Chuck Shadowski was like second generation Polish, and
there was all Polak jokes.
It was all
it was all Polish. Certain
Stash,
remember Stash?
Yeah. We all could just laugh at ourselves, and I think that is an element we are missing in our society. It's just we could just laugh at ourselves. We didn't take it seriously. We took it for the joke that it was. I mean, back in the day.
And then we got on with life because we all had a life.
Right. I mean, Don Rickles. I mean, you were not an official celebrity back in the 60s and 70s unless Don Rickles heckled you and made fun of you. I mean, it was a badge of honor. It was like you're in the club when he would, roast you. You can't do that stuff.
No, you can't.
Oh, Janet, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry to hear that. That's awful. Yeah. You're in my prayers, Janet.
So, should we show the bread?
Should we show the bread? Is it time for bread?
It's time for bread.
Bread? The bread? State of Conkys bread?
Right. What's the state of my bread?
What's the state of your chocolate peanut clusters?
I don't have any.
Why don't you have any? Every time I show a candy dish or anything dish-like on the whatnot, you're always in the background going, "Where is the candy?"
Well, it's a dish. It can hold candy. There's no candy in it. There's a problem. Okay, that's just the way things are.
He was so sweet this week, guys. He was so sweet. He purposely made sure to take Tuesday off is not going out and doing any day job stuff to help me with the whatnot shipments, because Tuesday it was horribly cold, horribly nasty, and he loaded,
it was like 13 below. It was.
And he stayed behind to help take this. He put the shipments in the car. We went up and dropped them off, came back, and I said, you've been seeing that French silk pie out there from Marie Calendar. Do you want me to thaw it out and you can have it? And he's like,
yes. So we had some pie this week.
Yes, that was my thank you for you sticking around and helping me, because it was brutal. I'm sure everybody, even our southern friends, they got a taste of it.
Yeah.
So
well, they're guessing 6 slices gone. Joyce is almost gone. A lot of half loaves. 2 slices left. 3/4 of the loaf.
Mm-hmm.
Lenny says to say half since she had a fresh loaf last Saturday, and 2 slices and a heel, and 3/4 loaf.
Well, Conkys, show them your bread.
And the answer is, Jane says 2 slices at the end, and whoever said full loaf, we just baked it.
Or I should say you just baked it. I just stuck it in the thaw. It thawed out completely while in the oven. And you just went ahead and baked it. So you got bread again.
Just did a straight bake.
And I think tomorrow I'm going to fix Christmas dinner.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Chair's fading now. Hang on.
Are you good?
Yeah.
We're finally going to have what we were going to have for Christmas dinner.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So, yeah.
Are we having dinner tonight?
We'll have something when we're done here.
Okay. Have the dogs eaten yet?
No.
Right.
I'll tell you, I got hit, guys. I started getting the coffees. I started just feeling, I don't know, maybe.
So we have to switch Eddie back to, we're going to switch him to all Bill Jack.
Yeah, he definitely has a little issue going on.
He farts a lot.
Yeah. His
there's something going on in his digestive tract.
Right, he's having some issues. I won't go into details because I do like you guys. We like you to come and keep.
All we'll say is his farts stank.
Yeah, he's got something going on. We took him to the vet, and the vet said, well, if you know something, give us a call. And I finally know something. I kind of know something Thursday when I got back from my appointments I had going on. And and
our vet's out sick. So we either have to, if we can't call and get him an appointment Monday, we'll have to take him to the emergency room. But, he's not like, we want to get him checked out before it gets too late. You guys saw the clip of Sammy that I played. Most of you, if not all of you, know that we lost Sammy last.
So we're definitely, we lost him.
So we're a little gun shy on like ignoring problems for the dog.
Anything at the dog that's like alert. So he definitely has an issue. We got to keep watching him and see how he feels over the weekend. I don't think he really went out at all today. So maybe you have
to kick him out before we go to bed.
Yeah.
So like, here's my dog. Here's a dump truck full of money. Fix him.
Yeah. But he's fine. Other than that, he's got that one little issue. And I think maybe it's something because maybe we did start changing his stuff.
Well, we were giving him, there's a company called ADM.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been told, and I don't know if I can say this for sure because it seems like we've had nothing but problems with dogs since we started feeding them that. But supposedly they have the best laboratory for figuring out what's good for dogs. Mm-hmm. They're a farm feed anyway. If you ever sit there and watch a train go by and you see all these hopper cars that say ADM on them, that's who makes his dog food. But I don't know.
Roxy gets the Bill Jack. Bill Jack is just basically meat. We give her that because she doesn't have much teeth left, guys. I mean, she's almost 18 years old. So we've been giving her Bill Jack her whole life since she's been here. And she can eat it easily. And as she gets older now, I can actually, I'll put it in a food processor and I'll get it like ground beef. So it's easy for her to eat. Well, as much as we try to separate these two when they eat, he can be a little stinker and get through the gate. And so he's had what she gets. And at this point now, he turns his nose up to this ADM food. He don't want it because it's just basically kibble. It's like a kibble.
Yes, Biljack is. You have to keep it in the fridge.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You buy it frozen, and
you buy it frozen. Yeah, it's not cheap. It's like $10 for a 5-pound bag of it. But he's had, he's snuck it and he's gotten it enough of it that he's turned up his nose at the ADM food. He don't want it.
So we're thinking that, unfortunately, the mixture of the two foods is what's causing his digestion. So we're just gonna. So well, I'll wind up throwing the rest of this ADM away. We're just gonna switch him over to all Biljack and see how that does while we're waiting for the vet to get him in.
Right, because Roxy's like almost 18 days and she's still kicking it. I mean, she gets up, she moves around all day.
I'm amazed every day I wake up and she's still breathing.
She's still breathing. We are amazed. I mean, we're not kidding ourselves here. We know that our time with her is getting very short. But for a dog her age, the back legs don't work.
She still gets around.
She still gets around. She still gets around. And she's definitely blind in the left eye because the cataracts. And I think the right eye's got a good part of it too. So all she sees is shadows. But she still gets up and she moves it. Some days she's got more energy than me. I hate to say it. But I figured, well, if it's maybe this is one of the reasons why she's, doing so well for her age, considering she's got the Cushing's disease for dogs, the medications.
Which they told us in 2020, she would only be around for 2 more years.
Because the medication.
So here's the medication. Yeah. With this medication, they only last about 2 years, and it's been, we're coming up on 5 years now.
Right. So she's still kicking it. She's not wanting in any pain or anything. And we figured just, let her live her life the best she can. She's probably one of the reasons why I would not be going down to the toy show in March, because you really can't leave her alone for long.
Yeah. See, I've got the camera that was formerly outside, watching the driveway and the cars and all that. When the tree fell, it knocked it down. I brought it in. So while it's in the house, I'll set it up when we leave, so we can keep an eye on her bed and make sure she's laying in her bed. And if we're not too far away and we hear her in trouble, we can rush home and all that.
Because sometimes she'll lose her balance and she'll tip over and she can't get herself up. And when she's in a situation, she will let you know so you can go pick her up. And I felt bad. We did come home yesterday after being gone for probably 5 hours, and she had herself tipped over. And you feel bad.
Now, luckily, she knows just to go to sleep. She'll just conk out and go to sleep when we get home.
She will sometimes. She will bark out and let you know, hey, I need help. So I don't like leaving her alone. And of course, no boarding place.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't board her anyway.
Fragile. She's too
fragile. We wouldn't board Eddie. If we go anywhere, we'll have our daughter come over and stay here with the dogs.
But yeah, she takes a lot of care, and I don't mind doing it. She's a sweet animal. I'm amazed at how she
When we adopted her in
2016.
Yeah, it was 2016.
2016.
Yeah, yes. It was October 2016. Mm-hmm. She was overweight. She was sad. She got around okay. I mean, she got around better than you think she would for being an overweight baby. She would climb log piles and everything. But I thought, well, we'll just bring her home. We'll give her a comfortable place to rest her bones. And, she might last a year. She might last 6 months. But whatever it takes, I just want to give this poor dog a home.
And she's been with us over 8 years.
Yeah, over 8 years later, here we are.
She's an amazing little girl. She's sweet. But yeah, I mean, she's old. She's fragile. And we're not kidding ourselves here. I mean, if she makes it through this year, again, we will be
every Christmas for the last 4 or 5 years. Like, well, one more Christmas with Roxy. This is probably the last one.
I know.
And then here next Christmas comes around. There she is.
But she
just keeps going.
She doesn't. She's not as barky as she used to be. You guys knew how barky she could be. But every now and then, when she's hungry, you guys know. But she's a sweetheart. So we figured, we're going to switch him to Biljack. Maybe, maybe we can get a little bit out of him too. Yeah.
But see, that's why back when we used to do the auctions in the lives, she'd be down here barking.
Mm-hmm.
When people would say something about my dog, I'd tell them to just block them. Just get rid of that person.
Right. And Eddie's a sweetheart, and of course, yeah, we are once bitten, twice shy, you know, when it comes to dogs and their health around here. I mean, any inkling, but he does. He has a little bit of an issue, and we got to get it checked out, and hopefully he'll be, he's fine. Otherwise, you would never know. You would never know unless you sat next to him. Yeah, because I go, something's not right. And we did take him to the vet, and he did just say, well, let's keep, keep an eye on him. If something doesn't look like it should, give us a call. And we did give him a call. So, but he's not feeling well. And God bless that gentleman. That gentleman has been a vet. He graduated the year from vet school, Ohio Medicine, Ohio State grad in 1967. So he's been a vet this long.
Yeah, as long as I've been around.
As long as you've been around. So, yeah. So
I tried to buy you a car this week.
Oh yeah. And I wanted to answer a question because Christine, I think, was asking about my tooth. Yeah, that was another blessing. Thursday, I had two appointments. And one of the appointments was, my service project that I do every second and fourth Thursday of the month. And then I went to the dentist. I finally got back into the dentist. And as the technician was looking at me, I said, yeah, probably my crown chipped off here. And she goes, no, that's not your crown didn't chip off. That was a filling that came out. So you got your choice. You can get the filling put back in, or we can just go ahead and put a new crown in there. And I'm like, let's do the filling. Okay. So eventually I'll have to have a crown put on this tooth. But for now, let's just do the filling. So that's been fixed. And I'm happy with that, because it was a little sharp and it was cutting a little bit of my tongue a little bit. So the area where it chipped off, but it was just a filling needed to be done. So I was happy about that.
So I tried to buy you a car this week.
You tried to buy me a car. And let me tell you, tell them the car, because it was fantastic.
It was a 2017 Outback that had been rear-ended. I only buy cars that I only buy them from the salvage pool. I don't go to used car lots. I don't buy new cars. I only buy cars that have been wrecked and fix them myself. So this was a 2017 Outback Touring Edition. And it had everything. It had a heated steering wheel. When cars have heated steering wheels, they got everything else. It had the big 6-cylinder engine. I wanted this car so bad.
Yes, you did.
And I was bidding on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was setting the system to accept a larger than the next bid. It's called a monster bid. And I accidentally hit the plus thing one extra time, and it took me above the amount that I put in, because you have to put a deposit down to start to bid on these auctions. And it took me one bid past my deposit and locked everything up. Mm-hmm. I had to back out of the auction, go back in, and by the time I got back in, the car was sold.
It was gone.
And I was about as pissed as I've been in a long time,
because he could have gotten it.
I think it sold for $5,400 or $5,500. I was about ready to bid $6,000, and I was.
You were not happy.
It was the color I wanted. It was it's almost in certain light it looks like it's black cherry, but it's actually brown pearl. I was so pissed off.
He was pissed.
I wanted that car so bad.
I was okay, because I was like, I know you're looking out for me, taking care of your queen like you do. And who has not been?
I'll find you guys hang on a second. I'll find you guys a picture of the car.
Look who's here.
Is he up there? You can't see him.
You can't. Here, put him down. It's okay. You can see him down there.
You see him? There he is.
Hi. Say hi, Addie. Say hi to the fans. Oh, he's a sweet. Oh, look.
He just wanted to give you a kiss.
Oh, he's a little lover, guys. Yeah, I was okay. I said, I know you'll figure it all out for me. But yeah, it was a pretty car. But who has not been stung by the internet or the computer in your lives? Something you're trying to do, and you hit a button and it all went to crap.
Okay, so here's. Tell me that's not a beautiful car.
Yeah.
I mean,
The fans are
and
saying
that's
hi
exactly
today.
what it looked like too.
Fans are saying hi, dude. Yes, the fans are saying hi.
So I lost out on that, and I was pissed.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Luckily, we had that lunch because that
Yeah.
cheered you up.
so we had then right after that we had lunch with
the gang,
and
it cheered
kind
you
of
up,
cheered me
but
up a little bit.
But there might be an opportunity where we might get the car that the tree limb fell on back.
So I am going to get that car back, but I'm still going to try to buy a nicer, newer car.
Mm-hmm.
The car we get back will be the excuse me, the dog car, and then
the dog car.
Yeah, because it'll never be perfect. Because all I'll do with it is I'll replace the headlight. I'll put another tailgate on it. It'll still be all dented up.
I'm pretty easy when it comes to cars. As long as it gets me here to there, I'm fine. As long as I, as long as I can get to where I need to go. And
yeah, but I mean, I wanted you to have a heated steering wheel. because this week it was so cold outside. I'm driving, even in my car doesn't have a heat. I'm driving and like my fingers are cold holding this steering wheel.
I had gloves on. I wear gloves. I love you. I know you were trying, and stuff happens, man. I'll never forget it. It's been a long time, about 25 years. I remember being at work. My job was, at the time, I worked on a project management team. My job was to sit in on meetings and take notes and then put the notes in minute form. And I'll never forget, some of these meetings were like 2-3 days long. I think I was working on one of those, and it's a lot of technical jargon I didn't know, but I would try to put it in the language everybody could read, and they would have these notes from the meetings. I was halfway through one when everything blipped at work. I hadn't saved it beforehand.
Save early, save often.
That's right. That's when I really learned that lesson. I had to start all over again. Oh, I was livid.
That was the time you came home and I had brought the Cadillac home.
Yeah, I remember that was right around Labor Day. I was like, oh, all that work. Gone.
I didn't tell her. I stopped by the Cadillac dealership and and picked up a STS Seville.
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't bought it yet, but I had just driven it home. And I was going to, get her opinion on it and then maybe buy it the next day. She comes in the door screaming and yelling about what a bad day she had.
That was it.
I'm thinking, well, this is a wrong day to bring that car home. You're taking me out to eat. Like, all right, in the car.
Yeah. I mean, those minutes, those were tough. Those were tough. Those minutes were tough because it was about technical stuff. Basically, it was, computer programs to run the business at Roadway,
Tells you how long ago that was.
And I had to sit on these meetings, and oh my God. In fact, when I first heard about 9/11, that's where I was in a meeting room getting ready to take minutes.
Who you good boy? Who you good boy? Who you good boy?
Oh, look at him.
He's a good boy.
Oh, look at him.
He's a good boy.
Yes, we love you, Eddie.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, he's a little lover, guys. He is our little buddy. It's been a crazy week. You were out.
Curtis says, ew.
Ew. Ew. You know how Lucy from the Peanuts would,
dog grass, dog spit.
In this house, we don't mind.
We have dogs.
There's soap and water. It's okay. It's all good. Yeah, we are dog people. We'll admit it. We're dog people. We baby on our dogs. Forgive us. And we still baby our little baby too. Dad.
Oh yeah.
Dad. I'm stuck in Munich. How am I getting?
She calls her when everything else goes wrong. She calls me when a car doesn't start.
Yeah. I could always. He's got. Okay. I don't. Maybe all of us do this, but I know when you're talking to customers. I know when you're talking to the gang guys. Jeremy, Rob, and I know when you're talking to your daughter because your voice. Oh, what's up, honey?
I don't spoil my kid or anything.
You gotta look at your place like I know. I'm gonna have to leave the house. What's up, honey? My car broke down.
I hate to spend so much time talking about cars, but her old car would just randomly not
that
start.
thing was a pain in the butt.
And I would go out, I'd reach, she'd be sitting there crying at the car didn't start. I'd reach in, hit the key, and fire right up. All right, see you later.
I know,
and I always have to drive from like across the other side of town. She's always on like the west side of Akron.
She works on the west side of Akron. We live in the suburbs.
It's always been like rush hour or like 9 o'clock at night at a gas station or something.
She'll stop at the store before she gets home, and then she comes back out in the car. She's got the box wine in the back seat. The box wine. And the car won't start. She's got box wine and kitty litter in the back. It was a rough week for Donna. It was a Friday.
So luckily with the, I bought her a car out of Copart, just like I was.
You got her straightened up.
And she's got a nice car now, and I don't have to worry about her calling me because the car won't run.
Yeah, that thing was.
Her old one
was not really reliable.
It wasn't even worth fixing.
Like, luckily at the time, though, I mean, for a while there, you had to go up near almost where Rob is and get her from work when she was up there in Independence. She worked at.
Yeah, but I don't know. Did I ever go up there and get her?
I think you had one time.
Okay.
I think you did. But luckily, she did get a little more closer to home down here. So that what turned into a 20-minute drive used to, if she was up in Independence, that was an hour to and an hour back. So
yeah, that would have sucked.
But we do take care of her too. I mean, oh boy, I can't.
So Kurtz has a birthday in 4 days.
Oh, we're okay. I know somebody else was supposed to have a birthday.
Oh, you're not. I should have kept my mouth shut.
There it is. Here we go. Oh, I keep threatening, but
here we go.
Happy birthday to you.
It's the troll singing, not
Happy
us.
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Yeah. Happy birthday.
No, that was just creepy. You started to sound like the real Conky on the Trailer Park Boys.
Ravine.
Sorry.
My cousin Chris, she's into the Trailer Park Boys. In fact, we did back in maybe about 6 weeks ago. We went to see the new Trailer Park Boys movie. We took her with us, and so she sent me a snippet this week. They got little clips all over the place now, and I just laughed. I mean, anytime Trailer Park Boys, I just laugh because it's so funny. Yeah.
Which is we all know that's where I got my name. So Beth will probably be on.
Let's see.
What do you call it? AA on her birthday.
I can come back down here and sing it.
Try not to.
Or maybe she means Wednesday, 4 days. I mean, because
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
So Wednesday's probably her birthday.
She just said Thursday. Maybe she can't count.
I can't count. No, we all know.
I'm not sure that I can count too. I might be wrong.
Oh, God. I've messed up Whatnot a few times thinking I'm okay. We have lot number this, and it's actually lot. No. Oh,
I think everybody that's ever sold anything. If you've sold 2 things on Whatnot, you probably got them confused. Probably switched them and.
Yeah. It's. Oh, it is Thursday the 30th. So maybe if she watches AA, I might come down here and sing it for all you guys and give you a little bit of sugar. Give you a little bit of sugar because you know how everyone wants me to give you a little bit of sugar. Jeremy, I did just.
He does that. She does that just to get Jeremy going.
No, I do like to give him kisses. Yeah. Don't worry about that.
She never kisses me unless we're sitting here on camera.
Oh, come on.
See,
I do.
See what I told you.
See,
what I tell you.
I kiss you other times.
What I tell you.
Oh my goodness! I wish I had $1 for every kiss I've ever had. I could retire, really retire.
I think I got $7 in my wallet.
No more sugar for you. No sugar for Conky.
No sugar for you.
No sugar for you. No sugar.
All right, so we should probably wrap it up and say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
We had to say good night, everybody.
Well, I mean, wrap the show up and.
Oh, wrap the show up.
And.
Well, thank you, all 90 AE, coming over and hanging out with us. Basically, just stay warm. I think the weather's going to get a little bit better.
Oh, that would be nice.
A little
Maybe
bit
some of the
better.
snow will melt.
Yeah, it was pretty wicked. And I know some of you guys, I mean, I was stunned when I saw the pictures of Bourbon Street, New Orleans. I go, whoa. That was pretty crazy. And they had that little jazz band marching down the street.
Get the plows out and plow and get salt trucks out and salt and get back to business down there.
Don't worry about plows and salt down there. They don't have that in their budget.
They don't have plow trucks?
No, some places don't. I mean, Tallahassee, didn't they say that, didn't Jimmy say Tallahassee? They don't have that in their budget. They don't have plow trucks. They don't have.
Why not?
Because you know how rare that incident was this past week? Very rare.
I've always said I wanted to take a snow shovel, mount it to the roof of the car, and drive south till somebody doesn't know what it is.
I actually said to myself, oh, it is a year with Santa Claus. Because don't you guys remember the deal in A Year with Santa Claus was Southtown wanted to have snow for Christmas. All right. Yep. And the kid and the jingle and the jangle, they went, and Mother Nature and Mrs. Claus, they went back and forth between the snow miser and the heat miser, asking if you guys can make a change, let it snow for Christmas in the South and make it nice and warm and toasty in the North. It was going to be this whole thing. And I thought, oh, Christmas did show up in the South. Must be a year with Santa Claus.
I thought, oh, hell did freeze over.
But yeah, that was very weird. And also this week too, I think coming up, this is one of the kick arounds, the reason why the weather was so freaky is 7 of the planets are visible in the night sky.
Is that why it's so damn cold outside?
Could be. That's a very rare thing to have 7 of the planets in the nighttime sky. Very rare. And I think that's
so. It doesn't have anything to do with carbon credits or
maybe the gravitation. Yeah. I don't know. That was just maybe just a kick around topic. Well, maybe it's because all the planets are aligning in the night sky. Because that's a very rare situation. I think we'll all be dead the next time it comes around again like that. So, but it was a busy week. Another busy week ahead. A lot to do. And of course, us, we'll be right back here next Saturday night, giving you the update of our week. And of course, you can always check us out on Friday nights around 9:00, Conkys sales and whatnot to see what fun items we might have to offer. And you guys, the rest of you all, you have a great week. Stay warm, stay weird, and we'll be back here next Saturday night, 8:00 on Conkys Flippin Adventures.
All right.
Okay.